Hey everyone, how's it going? Little bit of a late update today. Sorry, I've been super busy and I overslept today. I had to do a one-on-one with Delphine session. I'm just gonna basically do a super quick analysis and just go over my trade. And yeah, so we'll look at the 2 day. Actually, no, well, because it's not relevant right now. It's like it is breaking structure. I really don't like what's happening right now. Um, But we'll start from the daily because it's gonna close soon, and today it's still not relevant because it's literally 50% of its time has ticked, so it has like another day to close. So this can change a lot. So I don't really want to crystal ball it. Like I want to see what's likely to actually happen and close and be set in stone. So we'll start from the daily over here. Daily's curling down. So the structure that we're building is potentially going to get tested, and this low could potentially get tested if this keeps going down like this. Um, Daily on our momentum, or sorry, yeah, momentum slash volatility. We got some reds here, and we're losing our upside momentum here as well. Nice bearish engulfing over here, rejecting from the 21. And I believe there's divergence here as well on the daily too. So yeah, there's divergence here. So this divergence is basically getting played out right now. And volatility still bottoming, not really doing much. This is expanding a little. But where's the EMA? Why is the EMA so far up? Oh, yeah, this is still not telling me much. This still is in the process of retracting and doing its thing. So, um, well, as long as we don't close below this low, I think it's still fine. Like this is, I believe, the 200, the 100 EMA, 100 exponential moving average. So we're getting support by that, and we're kind of been getting support by it ever since curving this a little bit. So it's not looking extremely bad, but it's like not looking good either. So um, daily on the RSI and oscillator, that's the divergence. I believe it's hidden bearish. I believe I'm still new to this indicator. I haven't even watched the instructions yet. I just know bearish and bullish. But there's like three different divergence this thing calls. Like there's regular divergence, hidden divergence, and phantom divergence, which is like something new to me. So I believe that's these little circles. So I have to kind of study that up and kind of digest all that, and then I can go into the details more. RTSI, yeah, RTSI is still doing its thing. It's still putting the structural shape. It's this is technically still angled to the upside, turning a little sideways, but it's still okay. It's all right. 12-hour on the Stoke chart, sideways, hasn't damaged it a lot, but this is not good. One bearish engulfing, and following with a candle closing outside of the order block. Like one rejection into the one bearish engulfing into the order block and just going below outside of the order block and closing potentially there, because it's gonna close in like 2 hours. So close here is not good. Close back here is gonna show some potential that it can kind of recover and not destroy everything. 12-hour on the volatility chart, not going to be saying much. I believe this is bottoming. Momentum, upside momentum is wearing off a little bit here. It hasn't turned into upside momentum yet on the Stoke, because Stokes is super reactive. Like it takes a while for the Stoke to get activated. And MACD uncrossing, but it's just gonna cross, uncross, cross, uncross, do its thing. It's just more like I look at the red, what the red is doing. You can see that the red is coming here, going up, curling. That's gonna potentially do something like this. So when there's indicators with a reactive and a slow line on them. I usually look at the slow line and I pay more attention to the slope, and obviously I pay attention to the crosses, but the slope is what gets me excited. So 12 hour on the RSI chart, RSI, and no divergences. RTSI, I believe, sideways. And on to the 4 hour. 4 hours down. I need this to curl up. I need this to, because it's come out, it's come outside, the red has come outside, and now we just need it to curl and come back in and have a slope. And it could potentially be bouncing from here, but it's not confirmed yet. This is just like, it's a stutter step. It broke down and now it's doing a stutter step. Like anything could happen from this point. It's potentially just like a, either it's gonna curl or it's gonna drop. It's nothing confirmed yet, so we just have to wait and see how it reacts and how the daily closes. And, if you can bounce from here, it's still okay, but yeah, it's the structure is at jeopardy here. I don't like that. And yeah, 4 hours expanding a little bit on volatility on this one. This one is flatlining, I believe. Yeah, it's flatlining, and then this one momentum to the downside a little bit. Obviously on the Stokes more than this one because this is more reactive. So just to update on my trade, I'm kind of disappointed right now because I should have done something in this area, and I basically hesitated because it was the weekend. And like, keep in mind, I'm basically flat. Like I had a short from basically the last top, and then I longed here, so I locked in that PNL, and my long from here to here, I could have potentially closed that once seeing that this was breaking down on Sunday, but I hesitated because it's weekend price action, and I wanted it to, and I kind of overslept, so I woke up to this, and I wasn't going to close halfway in the middle because it's a hedge. So my strategy for hedges are completely different. But if this was like a naked trade, obviously, like I would have done something around here. I would have hedged this or something, like, would have had stops before this. Like I would have had alarms and bells going off to wake me up to do something over here. Um, basically, yeah, there's no reason to leave a trade naked in a posture like this breaking down, but a hedge trade, a trade that is hedged, and basically a hedge of a hedge, basically, it's not going to have the same risk management strategies as a trade that is basically naked. It's not. It's just in my book, it's completely different. Like I have every trade strategy that I have is completely written down. Every aspect is written down. Every scenario is written down. So for me, this is like a lot more relaxed than a naked trade because it's completely hedged. And the only thing I need to worry about is if this goes below 32.5, then my 1/3 of net, which is in spot, is at jeopardy. My other 1/3 is a short from, like, I don't know, somewhere around here, market smash around here, so like average around here somewhere. It's basically protecting the value of my 1/3 that is in spot, and then this long is protecting the PNL from the short. So worst comes to worst, if the price goes below 32.5, all I have to do is just close the spot, and then the 1/3 which is short, and then the 1/3 which is long, they're gonna cancel each other out, and I have not much to worry about. So my strategy when it's in hedge mode, it's not like I can literally just go to sleep and just relax and like not even bother with alerts in the middle. Like obviously I'll have alerts at the top at the and the bottom of the ranges because that's like where I have to take action in the hedge trade, but in the middle, or it's basically like for a TP or that sort of thing, or for like a stop loss, there's no need for me to have alerts, and this like I can be a lot more relaxed, even though like I have like my net basically in positions right now. It's just it's covered, it's basically covered, and all I need to worry about is 32.5 breaking, and so far it looks like it's trying to do something over here. So if this turns into bullish engulfing, then I can go back to relaxing. So but yeah, I I have to. I'm gonna write this in my journal that once seeing this, I should have did something and I didn't do something, and I should have I basically gave back PNL on my long from here. Like I could have just closed this, had like a decent percentage gain on my net, and the short from here would have just continued here, and that would have been even more PNL, and I could have basically just hedged it from here, or if it broke down, hedged it from below, or just let it break down and hedge my spot. So this is an area where I have to write in my journal, and this is an area where I basically got sloppy and I made a mistake. Didn't take a loss, but I didn't maximize on my gains. So in my book, that is something that needs to be worked on. Like, it's not just a bad trade is not when you take a loss. A bad trade is when you give PNL back as well. So um basically that's everything for today. We just have to wait and see what the 4 hour does, how the daily closes, if the structure is going to remain. And as I've been saying, please manage risk. Don't jump the gun, and don't get super bullish or super bearish. Go level by level. Take it. Take everything with a pinch of salt. Go with the odds, and always be prepared for the opposite scenario to play out. So because my trading is basically hedged and everything is covered, I don't really have to worry. Like, whatever the market does, I have a position in that direction, and all I have to do is just close the opposite position. But for people that are trading like one-sided, like a naked trade, basically just longing or shorting without um, being hedged or without PNL being locked in, I would definitely not be in the opening trades in the middle. Like, I would try to catch the bottoms or short the tops if it's permitted. If there is a trend building on, like, say 4 hour, then I would go to the 30-minute and trade it. If there's a trend building on like the 12 hour, I would come to the 4 hour and trade that, scalp that. It's about having as much odds on your side as possible. So yeah, basically being safe, taking it slow, taking it easy, looking at the long term. That's where this market becomes super generous, super generous. So that's it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.